Hi everyone, thanks for watching. Time for another watch review. Today I have the Orient Constellation. This is a popular GMT watch floating around the forums. I think Orient USA has put up a video on YouTube as well. Otherwise, can't find a whole lot of information about this watch. But you know, as you would expect with Orient, just amazing quality and detail for the money. Before I go into the money, let's just take a look at some of the features. So this is a hacking hand winding power reserve movement, so you can actually give a few cranks and watch the power reserve climb, get up to, you know, about 15 hours there. It does have a GMT hand, which, you know, as some people have said, and I would probably agree a little bit, is perhaps a little bit difficult to spot sometimes, which is one of the reasons why I bought this in gold and not in white, which was my first choice. Here's the GMT hand pointing to 2300 hours on this particular time setting. The second hand and all the other hands, of course, are not illuminated, being somewhat of a dress watch. It has a, you know, really fantastic gouache style, as is found in a lot of Orient watches. They have this kind of attention to detail on the dial that you don't find with others, even with Seikos. Gives it some extra character. The printing on the dial is, you know, what I would call, you know, it has a certain sophistication to it without being, yeah, with Orient, I really do love the watches a lot. I have a bunch of them. They do carry off the classic look really well. Sometimes they miss the mark a little bit somewhere in the stylistic sense. I would say this one is one of those where it just, I think there's just maybe too many different kinds of fonts on the dial. But, you know, that's only something that bothers you if you get really particular and really stare at it up close all the time. Otherwise, you know, like I said, the dial itself, great texture, applied numerals in gold, GMT hands, power reserve hands also in gold, Sapphire Crystal with AR, you know, not crazy AR, but good enough. But it is sapphire. Exposed movement on the back. With some decent detail, as you will find with a lot of Orients. You know, you get some striping and some pearlage here and there. Nothing of, you know, nothing to, it's the kind of quality you're going to stare at it all day like some higher-end Swiss watches, but I mean, this is an in-house movement, made in Japan, finished in Japan, cased in Japan. Really high quality for what you get. It's got a 10 ATM or 100 meters water resistance, steel bracelet, which is you know, kind of two-tone. Again, it's the kind of IP plating. I think again, maybe it's titanium oxide or something similar like that. It's not gold, but that's fine with me because it does tend to wear probably better than lower end gold plating. Case itself is mostly polished. Actually, to be fair, I think it's probably all polished. Except on some places, you know, around the links on the back, which is probably to be expected. Butterfly clasp, again, very good quality. Got a nice, nice click to it. Never had any issues with it popping off. Although to be fair, I haven't really worn it that much because I just picked it up recently. Which brings me probably back to the price. So these watches, I think, if you look at the retail prices originally from Orient, they were like $800 or $900. I mean, which is quite a lot of money, you know. Even though it is sapphire, hackable, hand winding, power reserve, GMT, blah blah blah, in-house. Of course, you could find them for much less than that out there on different discount websites. This one, you know, to be fair, I hadn't really been looking at that much, but I saw it pop up. Here in Japan on Amazon.co.jp, and the price, well, it's like 180 bucks. You know, I think it was 18,400 yen. For that price, I just really couldn't pass it up and added it to my collection, as I probably tend to do a bit too much, having close to 100 watches or thereabouts in my collection, including a smattering of G-Shocks. So I do tend to impulse buy sometimes, I guess, but I haven't regretted them because I do tend to buy quality pieces that do have uses. And this is, you know, a nice kind of dress watch that you can wear with a suit. You you know, with a nice bracelet rather than a lot of my dress watches that have leather. You know, nice butterfly clasp on that bracelet as well, as I mentioned. It's a really nice piece. It's classy, it's sophisticated, it has a lot of functionality. You know, it's got that, you know, the made in-house movement from Orient that, you know, pretty much guarantees you not only a decent entry price but a great service life without worrying about, you know, when it's going to break down or fail, and if it does, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, because, you know, it certainly won't. And for the price these can be found, if you can find similar to what I got this for, really can't be beat as a great GMT dress watch, made in Japan as it is. So this is the Orient Constellation. Great watch for the money, and you know, like I say, if you need a nice classy dress watch with a steel bracelet and a decent amount of complications in it, this is you couldn't really go wrong with a choice like this. So that's it for this one. Please tune in again for other watch reviews, which I am sure will be coming soon. Thank you very much. Cheers, everyone. Bye.